Hello scumbags, it's Brock from Rebel Scum Podcast, your source for everything Star Wars. Today I'm back at it again to talk about The Force Awakens, picking up from my last video on the Knights of Ren. Did you watch that video? It's pretty good. Wait, if you haven't watched the Knights of Ren video, go watch it now. It's cool, I'll just wait. No, seriously, go ahead. I should do my voice exercises while I'm waiting. Out now, Brown Rancor. Out now, Brown Rancor. Unique new Yoda. Unique new Yoda. The Sith Lord has oddly shaped dewbacks. Oh, you're back. Great. Let's get back to it. So Force Awakens is an excellent film, and there are so many questions we hope to have answered. Like, who are Rey's parents? Will Finn make it after his injuries? And why did Luke abandon his friends in the Resistance? As much as I would want to know what will happen to our heroes, I am very interested on the new status quo of our villains. My last video talked all about the Knights of Ren and the new regime of Supreme Leader Snoke. We can draw a lot of parallels between Snoke and Kylo and the Emperor and Vader, but it feels like there's a new game being played. They seem to do away with the rule of two. Kylo and the Knights of Ren are seen standing on a rainy battlefield amongst the bodies of Luke's fallen Jedi Order. Or at least that's what we assume. Kylo is the only one wielding a lightsaber, so the rest of the Knights of Ren could easily just be soldiers. I mean, look at the Stormtroopers. They look very similar to Vader, but they can't wield the Force at all. Kylo seems to know a lot about his grandfather and the dark side of the Force. It doesn't call himself a Sith Lord. The Sith Lords under Palpatine seem to be obsessed with the dark side, but we find our new villains worrying more about the light side. Kylo wants to embrace the dark side, but he fears Ben Solo will return if he goes to the light. Snoke also shows concern that Kylo cannot overcome that. We know they embrace the dark side, but they rarely talk about it. This is not the Sith. It's something new. As much as Return of the Jedi ends with the balance being returned to the Force, I assume there will always be a need for the dark side. Regardless of how altruistic our heroes are, evil will always arise. The Force gives people so much power, it would be very easy for one person to corrupt that power. Snoke definitely seems evil, but doesn't seem like a Sith Lord. We assume Snoke has been the cause of Kylo's fall to the dark side, but we have yet to see Snoke manipulate the Force. He asks Kylo if he has sensed the awakening in the Force, Rey discovering her own powers, and states that Kylo must finish his training, which makes most think he has some control of the Force. Of course, there are very few scenes with Snoke, so perhaps Episode 8 will give us more of who he is. Force Awakens does show us that Snoke and Kylo are desperate to find Luke, yet the Force vision shows us that Luke has been vanquished. What does Luke have that they want so badly? Perhaps Snoke, Kylo, and Luke are more intertwined than we think. We know Kylo trained with Luke and probably was part of his new Jedi Order. We could posit that Snoke may have also been part of the Order as well. Perhaps Snoke found the dark side before Ben Solo. Perhaps Snoke found a way to control the dark side and began to hatch a plan to overcome the light side. That would mean eliminating Luke since he would be the most experienced Jedi. What better way to defeat a man by destroying his life's work and turning his students against him? Perhaps the Knights of Ren are all Jedi that betrayed Luke and slaughtered the new Jedi that wouldn't follow. It's a satisfying answer, but it feels unacceptable. The Star Wars saga is not predictable. Star Wars fans may have forgotten that since the prequels brought a conclusion we already knew. Anakin became Vader. But don't forget that the conclusion of Empire Strikes Back is hailed as one of the most famous twist endings in film history. Force Awakens opened a new chapter, and I think Snoke's master plan can't be simply galactic supremacy. Also, I feel like he can't have a personal vendetta against Luke. If anything, Snoke wants to eliminate Luke because he is the natural enemy of the dark side. He would take him out so he can practice the dark side without any interruption. It's all very perplexing when you hypothesize what will happen in the battle of light and dark. It would be great to see a new Jedi Order and some new collection of the dark side face off to decide the fate of the galaxy. But the more I ponder it, I find myself questioning if there will ever be true balance in the Force. It could be a never-ending cycle where innocent people are killed in the crossfire, the war of good and evil. What is the endgame? Will there be peace? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and bring us your own theories about Snoke and the Knights of Ren, and what will happen to our heroes. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, Rebel Scum, and check out Rebel Scum Podcast on SoundCloud. We drop a new episode every Thursday with all the Star Wars news and theories that the galaxy can muster. Thanks for listening, and may the Force be with you.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.